I don't remember how to spell it. It's Montbaron. It's one or the other. Not sure. But we're starting over because that footage was pretty much unusable for the first several hours because there was an intermittent flickering. I don't know what was causing it. I will try and keep an eye out for it here so we don't have to start over again. But we're going to do more of this game. I will go ahead and click next. That's going to put it into a cinematic. I just figured I'd explain why we're starting over on this, because that's several hours of intermittent flicker, and I just didn't notice. It was showing up on OBS. It just wasn't consistent. So every time I'd look over, it was just a normal screen. So let's go ahead and click next. And generally, if you're just watching the stream on a second monitor, you don't notice it until we got to town where those flickers turned to flashes. Whereas when we were down in the dungeons, they were just kind of like visual glitches, which is very strange. I don't know what was causing it. It does not appear to be happening now. So we're going to go in on normal difficulty. We could go in on easy. No, we're going in on normal. Normal is the way the game is intended to be played.
A long time ago, on the continent of Orana, the once magnificent empire of stars had crumbled into oblivion. Paralyzed by its own power-hungry legions, and torn asunder by an ancient and merciless evil. But the 10th Legion, the dying empire's most valiant soldiers and most trusted, withdrew far to the west, to a land called Ebb, seeking to preserve what their empire had lost. Here, in the rugged mountains and rich valleys of their new home, they founded the Kingdom of Ebb, a kingdom that has embraced peace and freedom for 300 years. But there was a price. Few now remember the evil that opposed them. Fewer still recall the dark sorceries cast to save them. And none could foretell that one humble farmer would stand between a vengeance from the past and the survival of the kingdom.
The Krog are attacking. I couldn't hold them back. You have long been my friend, but you can do nothing more for old Norik. Go to Stonebridge. Find Giorn. If the Krog have elsewhere betrayed us, your bravery will be needed by the king. Go now.
Poor old friend, getting his butt murdered. Yeah, we got some Krug to deal with. I am going to be a little bit more melee focused in this one, just so we can get those stats up so we can actually equip stuff. And if the audio is off, give me a holler and I will fix it. Actually, I'm going to lower that just a little bit. So you're going to see my desktop for a split second. Oh no! Don't judge me for having way too many browsers installed. I will probably try to edit that out of the final version. Here, I will lower that a little bit more. It's just peeking up into the yellows, and I don't want it doing that. Unless it's on a cutscene. So as far as gear that we want to pick up, shovel, rake, neither of those are particularly good. We do want to just reveal a bit of the map. I guess we could go with the dull pitchfork starting out. It's going to be our strongest option. I think it does more well, it does the same damage per attack as knife, but knife is slower. I mean, no, knife is faster. This is slower, but this provides block. There we go. I can speaks the words. So we've got to beat up these Krugs. I'm not going to go any magic on the main character, I don't think. We'll find out if I change that later on. We're just going to be tanks. Take the zap, we'll take the cudgel, and our book will just go to someone else. I don't think we're even going to bother with archery. We are literally going to go straight melee. We're going to keep a bow somewhere in the inventory, but It's mostly going to be for luring enemies in. And I need to remember, don't just sit there clicking. This will cause problems. Because I think it actually interrupts our attack. Because I noticed that I do kill a lot faster if I'm just not clicking. So we've got how many Krug coming at us? 4? Fine. And yes, we will still get the tutorial pop-ups. I will deal with those later on. There's our health potion, our first one, at least. We're going to be churning through a lot of those early on as we're going in melee. Because unfortunately... Oh, wow, that's actually better. We'll go with the cudgel. Because unfortunately, we're going to be running point blank on a lot of stuff. We're just going to use this book as storage for spells we plan to sell. So engagement-wise, we want to be able to engage. We want to be able to attack freely. And we will go with target the weakest. If you don't have commands, you target the weakest. For some reason, it seems like it got dark. But hopefully this will actually allow us to do a decent amount of damage. Let's go ahead and disable tips. Donk. There's our journal. I need to remember to clear that out because its flashing actually irritates the crap out of me. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. As far as how long we're going to stream today, it's probably going to be a bit of a shorter stream today because there may be an interruption. Depends on how things go. I don't know for sure if it's going to happen or not. Not a good or bad interruption, just things that you have to get done in life. And after that, I need to get work done on tonight's Lancer session. Because we're probably going to be moving days for that pretty soon because it's a bad day for everyone now. My schedule is thankfully flexible. Oh, we've already got a 1 level in melee. Sweet. Yeah, my schedule is generally flexible, thankfully. But that's because I do YouTube and streaming, and I can adjust around it. I just have to know ahead of time so I can schedule it out on the dashboard. I thought, yeah, there is a glitch right there. That is not the bug from last time. I like how we can put on armor in the middle of a battle. Let's go ahead and see if the blunt dagger is any better. It is... No, it is not. We are just going to toss the stuff we're not using on the ground, simply because there is so much crap we have to carry around that it's ridiculous. And I will keep that knife just in case. Is that... That is just a glitch tree. Only shows up at a certain angle. I don't know where it's coming from. Let's go ahead and get the angle of the camera so we can see it. It only shows up whenever we are... Okay, so it's going this way. I am intrigued by the glitch tree, and I don't know why it's there. We're just fighting things up here. I will go fight more in just a minute. Not fight more. I will go and, like, actually do the quest in just a minute. See where this goes. I think it is there's a tree that's supposed to be there, isn't it? It's the magical tree! Oh, it disappeared. We need to see it again. So it starts there. Where does it end? Sorry, I am... It just ends in the dirt. Okay. Well, hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. That would suck if it was, but we'll be fine. We can deal with glitchy trees. And we can deal with smacking things with a bone to the face. I do want to get some stronger weapons fairly soon, though, so we might spend some of our starter money getting those. Better phones, better weapons. Bones. Yeah, I'll drink a potion there. Chuck. That might actually be a better weapon. We just need to do more damage with it. It's not that it's particularly hard to hit with. Okay, so inventory, 3 to 7, 3 to 5. Yep, we go with the Chuck. Chuck that down. 5 to 9, 3 to 6. We will go with that. You switch back to our melee weapon and ignore the rest of that stuff, because we don't need it. We just need to murder everything nearby. How much damage do we actually do? We currently do 5 to 11. That should increase as we get more strength. There's another tree doing that. I don't know what this is about. I might have to restart the game if it's a consistent thing. I don't think it is. We've had that happen with statues before, and it didn't seem to impact the actual game. I'm so glad weapons do not have durability. I do wonder... No, it doesn't show up on the map. So we can use the overhead map if it's an issue. That said, there is a spot here we did not explore. Okay. Onwards we go. That is concerning me slightly. I'm just hoping it doesn't cause any, like, game-breaking glitches. It's just a visual glitch. Obviously, running a game that is this old will cause issues. It doesn't really matter. You are going to run into it regardless. I want to see something. Well, you're gonna die to this. I'm trying to hit this thing. I was trying to see if we got XP on it, but I wasn't looking close enough to see it. Although, we actually have numbers? No, it doesn't show the numbers for it. Thought it did, but I guess it doesn't. Grr! Yeah, I'm hoping by going straight melee... Oh, and we get transmute right out of the gate. Oh, bite me, game. Why do you do this to me? Do we get zap up to 1 level just to get transmute for during the dungeon? No. We don't worry that much about money. I don't think Splintered Staff is going to be better, but it could be. We'll check it out in just a minute. 2 to 4 is not better. We just want to get our strength up so we can actually get some progress in that field. Supposedly strength is the easier one to go with as far as playing through this campaign. At least that's what the notes and stuff read. But no promises, because I will figure out a way to derp it up, even if it is the easy way to do it. So this is going to be magic armor, and yes, we will read the books again. Come on, pop that. Just southeast of the kingdom town of Stonebridge lies the most honored burial place in all of Ebb. Here, the bodies and bones of all the kings and queens of Ebb are laid alongside the commanders, grand mages, and heroes of the 10th Legion. Consecrated by the returning 10th Legion as they fight to free Ebb from the tyranny of Sek, the Crypt of the Sacred Blood is built on the site of one of the bloodiest battles of the Liberation. Yes, I saw that guy coming this way. As Legion Commander Karis Noani surveyed the dead following the battle, he ordered that space be cleared in the center and excavations be begun. From this day forth, there shall be nothing accomplished that was not purchased with the blood of these valiant hearts, Noani is reported to have said. Over the centuries, wealthier families installed layer upon layer of secret passages and traps to discourage looters from disturbing their interred loved ones. Today, the crypt is considered unnavigable, and most burials are instead performed in graveyards surrounding the crypt entrances. And yes, we murdered a guy while we weren't even paying attention. Boop. I don't think there's actually a reason to keep those. So we will just let ourselves run this way. How are we looking on potions again? Not bad. We have 3 healing potions. One of them is partially used. I think it's the one with the clear rim. So I'm actually going to keep my potions down at the bottom. I'm going to keep that knife down at the bottom so we don't end up getting rid of it on accident. Game. Giving me transmute. This early. Although we will be able to use it with the bow user. So we might actually go caster for her as well. That might actually be not a terrible idea. Nothing from you. Oh, the bear's going to be a nightmare. Let's kill everything we can before dealing with the bear. So maybe we can get a strength upgrade beforehand. Because, you know, that bear is probably going to kill me if I go into melee with it. Yes, I will quick save before we go over this way. So the bear is, I want to say up this way, like over there. I just don't want to go into that cave just yet. That's how we get better armor, though. The irony does not escape me that we get better armor from something that will probably kill us. I need to be slightly conservative with my potions until we get there. Because unfortunately, if I'm not, bad things will happen to us. Namely, I will not have potions for in the dungeon. Because we don't have a refill spot to actually get more potions at, and we still have to fight that giant-ass gargoyle. So we fight these, and we deal with the fish. Yeah, we should get another point in strength. Yeah, once we get up to 11 strength, I will go back and fight the bear. Because that'll give us more damage, it'll give us more life. Still, we don't have any healing potions coming in. Come at me, bro. We're fighting the Budweiser, not the Budweiser dog, the target dog. Or no, actually it might be the Budweiser dog. I don't remember. And I do think we take the pitchfork for block chance and more damage. Okay, what do we have? We got another insect. That's what I was hearing. I was hearing something kind of wandering around. We do have some more dudes over here. Can you actually hit them? Thank you. Our chance to hit these guys is awful. There we go. Inventory. You are 6 to 10 versus 3 to 7, so that is going to be significantly more damage. I will keep the chuck just in case we want to be equipping a shield. But I think this is going to be our best chance against the bear. Inventory-wise, we are not close to another level in this, so I don't think we'd actually want to sit and wait until we get another level in melee. Main reason being is I don't think it would benefit us in the long run. Okay, so there's the bear cave. Smash the excess stuff over here. Oh, leather boots and a hatchet. Oh, hatchet is garbage. Leather boots is going to be more defense, so that's light. That's nice. Doesn't really keep us alive, though. So let's see. Bear is going to be right there. 50 health. That's more health than us, I think. No, we have 78. So I'm going to go ahead and save. Grab the small health potion. We might actually be able to beat it. I thought it dealt way more damage than that. Of course, we also have a strength up, so we have way more life to tank it with. Come on. Yeah, I'll drink a potion. I was kind of like thinking, oh, maybe I can get away without drinking the potion, but all we have to do is hit it one more time. And we get ourselves the Atlan's Leather, which is just a straight improvement. It's better armor, It's better life. It's everything better than tattered leather. I guarantee you, if I went caster, we would not have gotten that transmute back there. Do I carry crap with me to just transmute it into like 1 and 2 gold at a time? No. I don't think we bother with that. But now we should be getting close to maybe another level in melee before we get to the dungeon. I don't think we're going to get another strength before then. We might get a dexterity. But for the most part, I'm not too terrified by like what we have to fight here. Let's go ahead and take care of your little friend first. Less things hitting me is less damage I'm going to take while fighting the big guy. This should give us a better melee weapon. Even though it's not going to give us any block. I think it gives us a gladius. No, it gave us a walking stick. Which is absolute garbage. Man, I think that's the worst thing I've ever gotten from that. Ever. Period. No ifs, no ands, no buts. No other things involved. I think that's everything here. So we go down. And now we get the basement quest, if I remember correctly. Should be over here on the right. Are we going to try tanking that guy? Probably. I mean, it's not like we really have a choice. If we are going melee, we don't have the option of just running away. We got to just use potions and hope for the best. Although with this particular weapon, we are pretty good at just one-shotting anything that gets in our way. Sorry. I think it does kind of want to tempt you into being a caster starting out, by the way. Because you start out with such garbage weapons that it gets a bit ridiculous. We are two-shotting stuff. Come on, come after me, you guys. I'm going to pick up gold while I'm waiting for you to get here. There we go. Now we get a little bit of story. As these guys come charging in after me. Thank you for the health potion. Tell us your story.
I should have guessed you'd be cleaving your way to Stonebridge to find out what's got the Krug all stirred up. If you could spare a few minutes to help an old neighbour before you go, I've a favour to ask.
What's your favor, old man?
When I realised the Krug were actually attacking us, I tried to get to the safety of my cellar, but they had a little welcome party waiting for me. If you need any supplies for the long trek to Stonebridge, and wouldn't mind clearing out the remaining Krug downstairs, you can help yourself to whatever you need from my stalls.
Yay! We've got questage! Ew, the basement. Something's coming after me. There he is. Let's go ahead and take out their little friends over here before we go down there. Just because I don't want to have to deal with them after fighting the big dude down there. Although we are doing a lot better life-wise than we were. Which really kind of surprises me. So maybe I should not have been as afraid. Although, maybe I should be. Because once we start getting past Stonebridge, we're going to be in the situation we were before, where it's just like, things are going to be two-shotting us. Unless I can get my strength up high enough to equip real armor. Although you usually don't have that early on. Another walking stick. Holy butts, does it not like us today. I think that's everything in here. It does. Oh, no, we can't break those. Looks like it, so let's go ahead and pick ourselves a mana potion. And I guess we'll just fight you guys on the platform. Big guy's not doing very much damage. I really don't know what the difference is. Because I remember this fight being completely brutal. And he dropped garbage, I believe. Yeah. Rags. Bone Club. Just worse. Do find it funny that we ended up just bringing that up with us. Now it's just a matter of... I think that's just another one of those. Yes, it is. I wish we could dual wield in this. I forget whether you can in the second game, but in this game you cannot. It'd be hilarious if you could here. Journal. Yep. Good job. Okay, so that's the way through. Could have sworn there was like a torch puzzle in here somewhere. Let's break this first. Why? Because we care about gold. We have 168 of it. We need over 1,000 to be able to get one ally. We will probably be going for getting multiple allies in that first area just so we can level them up with us. Oh, did we just not get... Okay, so we got slightly better defense armor. So we'll keep this for the ranger. 8 to 14. Battered longbow is better. So we are slightly better armored. And yes, I will be using the hotkey functions to actually mess with stuff. There's our leech life. Oh, what I wouldn't give to actually get a shield down here. If memory serves, that cabinet right there can actually give decent stuff. It's just we have not been lucky. Let's see. I will be occasionally just stopping and trying to watch the stream to see if I can see any flickers, but they are sometimes entire minutes apart. But it made that footage before pretty much entirely useless for the review and stuff like that. And for putting up on the Let's Play Everything channel, which is where probably most of you are watching this. Want to watch these live, you got to come over to the Twitch side, though. Because I do not have the bandwidth to stream to both Twitch and YouTube. I barely have enough to stream to Twitch. I'm using up probably over 2/3 of my upstream for Twitch. So unless there's some kind of magical thing that I can do to make it not do that, and that's streaming at 720p. We're doing 5500. Upload speed. Yeah, 5500 kilobits per second. Kilobytes, kilobits, I don't remember which it is. I think it's bits. Just a bit. So let's move on forward. Now we should, if I remember correctly, there is an encounter with one of their mages. And then we have basically a cave we can walk in, get a little bit more XP and a little bit more gold. I do find it weird that they don't always drop their weapon. Okay, so there's an increased. I think that just increases our chance to hit with melee weapons. I don't think it increases our damage. Yeah, just as it increases. Based on strength and weapons damage rating. Armor rating is equipped armor plus dexterity. So we're going to get dexterity by fighting anyway, but not as much. And I can't respond to your messages because I can't alt-tab without it leaving the screen on a annoying thing, so. If you have messages, you have to put them into the Twitch chat. Stabby, stabby. Oh, that was pretty easy. I actually am surprised we are one-shotting stuff. We're only 10 to 16 damage. It's not like we're doing a ton of damage. And no, there isn't a way to keep this game in focus, I don't think. I could check the options again. Options, game. Yeah, if I turn that on, it causes everything else to get kind of funky on my system. Because, yeah, if I raise app priority, it causes everything else to just kind of lag a little bit. And dismemberment on, blood color red. Yeah, it doesn't actually have the option to keep this on top. So we get to go into the cave, as is. I will check that message later. Or I could open up a laptop and look at that. For those of you wondering, it is not a good laptop. I can't play games on that laptop. It can't even play stuff like Heretic's Fork without completely lagging itself to hell. So Clondak the Krug. Come on, stabby, stabby. That actually. Yeah, it was on apparently. Okay, so we got a shard and bow, we got some gold. We got ourselves some thick leather. That is worse. Chardon bow is garbage as well. You know what? It's gonna bother me. I have to check. So you're gonna see my desktop for a minute again. Boop. There we go. I wanted to see what they were saying. Oh, and I forgot to switch back to Twitch so I can actually see what's going on the stream. Okay, you guys should be able to see this again. There's nothing damning on my desktop. It's just... For those of you wondering what I mean by damning, there's nothing that I'll get in trouble for showing off. I made sure of that before I even launched it. But we should be okay with, yeah, taking out all these apprentices. We're getting worse drops this time, which kind of sucks. But it really doesn't matter that much. 9 to 15, that's going to be better. We'll keep the battered longbow just in case. I need to just remember to switch back to my main weapon before we do. Wait a minute. We just got ourselves another brittle bow. Sure, I will take that. Although 13 meters on this might be better than 10 meters on that. We'll keep them both for now. And I will do inventory management while we are fighting. And yes, I will be keeping spell books on everybody just as a way of storing excess spells. Because those are worth money. And if they can just take up 0 slots for free money, yeah, I'll take it. Okay, so we got bugs. I really am surprised we're not getting our butts handed to us just yet. 10 to 16, and yeah, we're making progress on leveling our stuff up. You can see it moving. And I really do find it weird that the GOG version of this does not have the map editor. Because I do remember messing with that a ton as a kid. I say a kid, as a teenager. Because it was fun to build maps in this. Of course, a lot of games during that era that had map tools, they were actually a lot of fun. StarCraft was that way. Command & Conquer had cool map-making tools. I don't know what happened that made them want to take away map-making tools in a lot of newer games. Nyump. Bonk. Oh, you're just going to run away? Fine, then. Map-wise, we are doing okay. I think we want to check out up here. Oh, this... I remember this part. This is where... Can we actually get up there? Why, yes, we can. Kill. Our accuracy is still crap, but we can get up here. Doesn't look like there's anything special up here, though. Sounds like something wants to fight us.
Damn fool Krug. I knew they was none too bright, but today I seen everything. They torched this here bridge, and then set to driving a wagon caravan across while it was still a-burning. Now the only way to Stonebridge is that a ways, and that means going through the old crypts to the road beyond. You ain't gonna catch me going that way.
Cool. He's not going to go through the crypts, so we'll just have to clear him out so he can find his way there later. Which probably isn't that hard to do. I do wish that they actually had that feature where, like, if you cleared out the path to an area, the NPCs from the previous area, if they wanted to come through, would. Because it seems like it would be, you know, a good way to introduce maybe some extra side quests, a way to, yeah, allow you to do a bunch of different stuff. I don't know if there is map beyond that bridge. This is not as detailed as, say, Baldur's Gate 3. So chances are that's just a dead end over there. That doesn't end up going anywhere. Just looking. Doesn't look like there's anything clickable over there. Nope. I mean, we can click and get the little icon, unlike down there where we don't even get the icon. Hi. Hi, puppers. Gonna beat you in the head. There you go. Good old little buddy. Yeah, just want to check that there's no loot hidden around, because I don't remember, even though we literally just played this yesterday. Grug. I think we are going to see... Yeah, we're probably going to get to level 3 melee before we see another strength increase. Although, 12 is good. 12 is the right path, I guess. I hate that we can't use magic, but... Come at me, bros. I'm surprised those don't auto-attack you in these two. These are just waiting to ambush you from the bushes. They're wolf-bushing you instead of ambushing you. Because ambushing involves having no mouth and screaming. If you get that joke, go watch the review on that. I actually do have a review on I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. Come on, keep whacking. And we were about at, if I remember correctly last time, we were about at the spider boss. I don't know if we'll get that far today. Because I don't think we're going to have another 5 to 6 hours to burn into this. This game in general takes usually 20 to 30 hours to get through. Ow. Your knife hurts there, bud. And I do notice that the drop rates of these guys decrease as we get further in. It's not like you can get a bunch of stuff from them. Can I not target you? Nope. Can't actually target the deer. A little disconcerting. Oh dear, we can't target the deer. And get into this, let them come up to us. We should just be fine to just chill here and let them take stabs at us. I should probably look up if there's a way, if there's a puzzle actually down in the whatchamacallit, the crypts over here. With that one room with the circle of statues. I don't think there is. Come here. I knew there's more over here, they weren't coming after me. It does still take 2 hits to get rid of these guys. At the bare minimum. I think it's 2 to 3. If we roll low on all of them, we get 3. Because I think our minimum is 6. Okay, so we have 2 dungeons in this area. We have the fairy dungeon, and then we have the actual dungeon. So I think we want to go to the fairy dungeon first. As we just double check that there's nothing over here. Journal, please stop. I don't know if the like horn noise is from the journal or not. But we were getting it quite a bit. And now we're not. It might just be the environmental music. Stab! Nope, it's just the environmental music. I don't know if you guys can hear it very clearly on your end. I tend to keep the music relatively low. The music in this game is pretty good. The starting area has some really good music. Some of the dungeons later have good music. Here it's mostly ambient and rainfall. Warnhammer is 2 to 4. That's not worth it. Kurr! And free gold. But yeah, my memories of playing this are still kind of foggy from back in the day. So I'm not necessarily like the best person to ask for strategy in it. It's just I enjoyed it, so I'm going to be playing it again. That's why I put it on the list. I generally won't put games on the list unless I know that I'll either A, enjoy them, or they are something that I really wanted to play as a kid. And if they turn out to be a big flop, and I don't end up beating them because they're garbage or something like that, but even though I wanted to play them when I was younger, that'll go into the review. I doubt I'll actually leave them unbeaten, though, just for closure's sake and for completionist sake, because I do like beating the games that I review. There's very few situations where I will not beat a game and still put a review of it up. 7 to 10. I think the hammer is going to be better, just because it's faster. But yeah, if I rage quit a game, that will be part of the review. But I can only think of a couple games I've played where I actually can't beat it out of sheer frustration. Stabby, stabby, you. Oh, the fairies are actually really far off this time. They're way up there. Which is kind of unfortunate. Gotta wait for the floor to finish going down. Okay, time for the gobos. These guys are actually going to be harder now that I don't have ranged. As like whenever they're actually already activated. These, not as big of a deal. These are literally just, you have to walk up to them and they won't do anything until you do. But whenever we get into the actual primary dungeon, they do tend to come after you pretty aggressively. Kind of like these are. Can you actually hit it? There you go. Now get that one. Okay, anything in here besides the skeletons we've got to fight? Doesn't look like it. But we should get a better weapon from this. There's one skelly down. Ooh, the polar staff, dented mace, and leather gloves. The gloves are super welcome because that is extra defense. Okay, the polar staff is not good for us. Dented mace, 8 to 10, is just better than what we have. They're both fast. So I think we just carry that, and if we find a better weapon, we swap it out for that one, just so we can have a melee weapon on both characters. I will tend to give the character we're getting a bit of healing ability. I might even give her transmutation so we can turn some of this stuff into gold. I don't feel like doing a bunch of backtracking for treasure. If I do that, it will be off camera. Because that's only going to give us a few hundred more gold. So that's everything there. Brug is angry at us. Come on. Just cleave him in the skull. It works. It's nice. It's fine. I hate not being able to alt-tab without showing my desktop. That's going to drive me nuts. Because I see messages coming in and I'm like, oh, I can't check that. I suppose I could put Discord up on full screen, but that is super risky. Just because of what it is. Because Discord, anyone can post anything. So I can't, like, just freely check my Discord while this is being streamed. Come on, clubs. Slightly tempted to, like, take influence from this and make it into a game as well. I say that about every game I play, though. I know that's kind of weird to be like, oh, I want to make a video game like this now. I want to make a video game like that. And just never follow through. I have design docs for a few. And I have started... I've still been doing work on the Fear and Sanity thing. The Fear and Sanity project. I haven't made any new areas, but I have actually done a little bit of work on it. I've been trying to make some visual assets for it and testing that stuff out as well. Though, right now my current pet project is considering a TTRPG. Because I'm still working on Fractured Worlds as well, which is a more fantasy-oriented TTRPG. But I kind of want to make a mech one as well. But I want to make it where it's kind of like the Shadow Era approach, where there's tech and magic. That is really hard to do with mechs, like from a logical standpoint. My dude, you took way too long to kill. Okay, so we have life fairies there. Hopefully we don't accidentally grab one before we need it. Because I'd rather kill all these and then go back and get a life fairy whenever I'm actually low on life. There's our level 3 melee. We're getting close to that 12 strength. Not going to let us equip too much, but hey, it'll let us equip weapons that we will find down in the dungeon. Which in and of itself is a pretty big boon, because that is a lot of damage. Okay, so we don't need anything in here just yet. I think we do have more enemies this way. We got wolves. We do have another wolf up in the little glowy spot that has absolutely nothing in it, unfortunately. Drink the health potion. Could have run off and gotten a fairy. I didn't feel like running off and coming back. Especially considering we have plenty of health potions for down in this dungeon. Come here, last wolf and bug guy. Oh, there's 2 bug guys up here. Sweet. More XP. There's our strength up. That puts us at over 100 life. Very happy about that. And we have pretty decent damage now. 14 to 18 out of an 8 to 10 weapon. It's pretty solid. We need 13 strength to equip any of the armor down there, unfortunately. I think it's 13 for some of the armor, 14 for some others. Go ahead and grab a fairy, I think. Speaking of which, the fairies, if I remember correctly, are kind of creepy looking. Are you creepy looking? Yep, you are creepy looking. No, it doesn't increase your max life. I was curious if it did. It'd be awesome if it did. Down into the depths we go. To deal with the dang gobos. Not the gobos, the gargoyles. There we go. That's the word for them. Come on, Skelly Bros. Still only 3 hits to take those guys out. I think we already have a chip... No, we don't have a chip mace. That is just worse. Let's get rid of the pitchfork. I am going to keep the longer range bow for our ally. We will just dump off stuff here. If I need to come and grab it later, I can. I can come and grab it off camera. I will remember roughly where it is. Are we just trapped in the middle of them? I think we are just one-shotting them, but we have a terrible chance to hit them. The goblins are not... I'm not goblins. I keep calling them goblins. The gargoyles are not that terrifying. Oh, and that's further into the dungeon. That sucks. We can deal with it. It's just... I'd rather go the other directions first. For more free stuff. Free stuff games in Diablo 2. Those are a classic pastime. Hey, DF, how's it going? Hopefully life is treating you well. As we fight the bony boys. And hopefully we don't have more tech issues. Those can suck a little bit. Tell me if you notice any flickering or anything like that. I need health. There we go. I was not paying attention. Staff. I'll just drop it off over here. Yeah, it's worse, but eh. Thought we had more enemies in this section. Maybe it's because I didn't actually just have them all swarm me before. Yeah, I'm having to re-record probably the first 2 to 3 hours of the story. Can't complain about your regular routine. Work finished, food finished, now sitting down for some streams and games. I'm doing pretty good. Wish we could have kept the original playthrough because we got way better drops on that. But the footage for the first about 3 hours is... It's not completely unusable. I could use little snippets of it, but... Big but. And I cannot lie. Is that basically what's going to be happening is... Every about 2 to 5 minutes, there was a big massive flicker. Or a visual glitch. And it wasn't really that noticeable if you were just casually watching it. Because I went through and watched the footage again. It's not really noticeable if you're just casually watching it. But if you sit there and watch it consistently, you see the flicker, 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 and then we got to town, it started being flashes. And that's what got people's attention. Because flickers, mildly irritating. Flashes, very irritating. This guy is probably going to kill us. We will quick save before we fight him. I have a feeling this is how every boss fight is gonna go. Is us just sitting there whacking on them and then healing once we get low. Okay, so inventory, those are 14 strength rec. That is a 12 strength rec, 14 to 17, so that is better. Weathered staff is probably garbage. No, 14 to 18, but requires int. Can't fit that into our book. We'll leave that there. We've only played Dungeon Siege 2, never finished it, but it made it quite a distance. I think they killed the series after 3 came out. Yeah, the series is probably completely dead at this point, which is unfortunate, but that's how Square did it. They turned it into an action RPG instead of what is essentially a CRPG now. Down we go to get murdered some more, but we actually have real damage now. We should two-shot things. 20 to 25 damage? We might very well. Yeah, I need to just not open any of the thingamaboobers there. Come on, follow me this way. I don't think there's anything we can do with this. This feels like it should be a puzzle, but it isn't. Hey, bud. Come this way. I will kill you if I hit you again. Come into the circle. Nope. But we can equip a small shield. He gave us a good item. Holy crap. We're actually able to do something. I am thoroughly surprised by this. Gobbos and gobbos, and then we are going to have skeletons once we pick up the gold from there. I don't know how to open this. It looks like it should have a switch or a button somewhere, but I don't see one. So I guess we will just open these and see if we can actually find it. Because we can't reclose these. Well, that one came all the way off. That one came all the way off. These did not. I'm probably reading too much into it. And this one's not going to come all the way off? No, it is. I don't know. I'm just looking to see if there's anything clickable. Nothing is highlighting. Nope. Yeah, Dungeon Siege 2 is one that I haven't gotten very far into. I'm just hovering around looking to see if there's anything highlightable. If there is, I will click on it and check that door again, but I don't see anything particularly interactable at all in this. So I think that might just be a red herring. Let's pop that back up. And yes, I saw the lever over there. That's just to bring the stairs up and down. In case you trap someone down there and then the people up here die. Okay, inventory-wise, yeah, we're not going to see a 13. We're not even going to see a 14 in this. I want a better armor. Could potentially go for it if you feel it after the first Dungeon Siege is finished. Guessing it depends on what people want to see on YouTube. It's a mix of things. I will eventually... I have Dungeon Siege 2 installed. I don't have it modified to be recorded yet, but... it is definitely on the table. It's just I want to rotate through them, and I'm using these as kind of like interim things between other games. Because turn-based does get a little bit slow after a while. Come on, Skelly bro. You know you want to fight me. And yes, we do have another reading spot just up ahead. And I love having block. Can we separate you guys out a little bit? Although, I think we can two-shot any of you. With our 12 strength attack. Yes, we actually do have 12 strength now, which is way better than we were before. So the life of Eaton Stonebridge. And a spare spell book. Okay, Eaton Stonebridge was no stranger to the world of trading. Having grown up poor in the streets of imperial capital of Illyria, he'd spent much of his youth parlaying stolen eggs or broken bits of glass into a warm evening meal. During a brief stint in the 2nd Legion, he'd learned a bit about horse trading, and become an expert in sniffing out bad deals. But the mindless tedium of the military lifestyle did not suit Stonebridge's notions of adventure. He abandoned his post in 596 to join a small westward-bound trading company. Shortly after arriving in Ebb, Stonebridge was introduced to the Droog. and became convinced that they had more to offer than exotic weapons and jewelry other companies were failing to acquire. He'd briefly glimpsed the Droog using eggshell-like material as thick as a man's hand with a glorious oily sheen to it. Judging by the way they were pounding it, it had to be harder than granite. For acquiring even a few lots of the stuff to tile the floors of some wealthy patrician's villa might put a nice jingle in the pouch. It was a stroke of luck that the Droog held no value in the shells and were actually glad to be rid of them. They were even happier to receive in exchange many of the items that had previously been offered in trade for their treasured weapons and jewelry. As time passed, the Droog became more and more comfortable dealing with Eaton, and eventually offered him limited exchanges of Droog weaponry despite their refusal to all other parties. Eaton's wealth grew quickly during those years, and by the time of the Droog retribution, he had established himself as one of Ebb's wealthiest citizens. In other words, he learned how to be a businessman. Spellbook is fine. We can probably pick up junk over here to put in it. Oh no, fire traps! They hurt so much. They really don't. What hurts is whenever you have like 95 ranged enemies in one little area. And yes, it is possible to have multiple spellbooks. But yeah, this plays... The first two games of the series play much more like CRPGs than they do like action RPGs, despite their reputation. Okay, so that's both those paths closed, I think. I don't think there was anything in there, was there? No. It's just a skeleton body. This... There it is. Has a hidden passage. With more Skelly Bros behind it. Die. And we got Flash. It'll sell for money. Although Flash is pretty good for the Nature Mage if we get him. Mainly because he can actually do a decent bit of damage with it. Just need to move space so I can actually pick this up to summon more Skelly Bros. I don't think we have... Yes, we don't have any worse weapons than that. Yeah, Dungeon Siege is pretty dungeon-based. You'll have a little bit of overworld, and then you'll have... The world will just dip down into these underground sections. That was a really interesting mechanic whenever it first kind of did its thing. Because this was one of the first games that had a properly like seamless transition between above ground and underground. Without like loading screens. Like in Skyrim and Oblivion, whenever you go down, you generally go through a door to get down into those low sections. In this, just kind of wander through and stuff follows you. It still transitions because it unloads the stuff that's above. As obviously it needed to back in the day. There we go. I don't know why we were having such trouble hitting them sometimes. But we just do. One of those odd things. Battered longbow, I don't think, is going to be better than what... Oh, yeah, we already have a battered longbow. That'll go on what's-her-face. I don't remember how to trigger that one. But I think there is a way to trigger that one to shoot. Spark is just more loot for the looting. I do want to quick save a lot here because we can very quickly get overwhelmed if we're not careful. Because it is one of us versus a ton of them. Just like we will be running into later on. Dodge. There we go. Yes, I know our life is flashing. It should be fine. Charged Fist can be useful later on. I still might grab a bit of alternate, like, magic, but we'll do it later rather than right away. Simply because of just how much it takes to do it. Because last time, when we did this, and we actually got up to enough to use our, whatchamacallit? To use our spells, we were at, I think, 12 intelligence and maybe 11 strength. Which was a bit on the weak side. Oh, I need a drink. I think I bit the crap out of my tongue last night, by the way. If you're wondering why I just sometimes stop talking for half a second, it's because it's like, ouch, I just bumped it on a tooth. And it feels like there's a little cut underneath the bottom of it. I should probably go check that out, but that after stream. Oop. Oral health is very important. Especially for oral exams. I hate giving speeches. Who'd have thunk it? Someone doing Twitch and YouTube and they don't like giving speeches. Where I'm essentially basically giving an audio lecture for how many hours straight? Let's see. We are pretty much out of room. So we will have to come back this way with the other character. Oh, please stop walking away. Makes it really hard to hit you. Fire spray. And we'll drop that, grab it, and put it into one of our books. We're almost out of room in this one, so I'm going to swap our books. Just so we have room to just slap stuff in. Around the corner. She's trying to find a position for it. I just don't want to attract all the skeletons in that room while dealing with the gargoyles. Okay, so regular skeletons are coming. The big guy... Oh, he's coming too. Oh, Lord, he coming. Get rid of his little friends first. And we might actually kill him before having to use a potion. We did! Sweet. Another metal buckler and a hack. The hack is, I think, what we're using, isn't it? Yeah. It's a 12 strength, whereas the metal buckler is a 14. I do find it interesting that they introduce you to things that are that high of requirements this early. Because this is very... Not necessarily I wanted to say hand-drawn, but... very deliberately designed. It's probably the best way to say it. Because you are running into specific enemies at specific locations. Some of the drops are randomized, but it's like randomized in a specific limit. It's not like Diablo randomized, where you can sometimes get like the best unique in the world versus garbage. Smash all their little friends. I hate that the guy just wanders off, and I can't really hit him unless I get in front of him. I would just like to be able to click and be like, okay, you know he's moving in that direction. Adapt. Alas, my ass, we do not. That guy should be one hit from death. Thank you for the extra fire shot, although we can't actually fit it anywhere. So, drink that. Drop a mana potion, grab the fire shot. Not even gold this time. Holy crap. It just doesn't like me. We've gotten worse drops each time we've played. Like, that's even comparing it to whenever I first, like, tested this off camera. Which it actually recorded fine for, which is even more dumb. But, alas, my ass. Continuing on. Oh, we have... It's here. And yes, we can come back for this stuff. If I remember correctly, this stuff is permanently on the ground. regardless of if you go and pick it up or not. I would prefer healing potions over mana potions. Mainly because we actually use those. I do like that it will automatically use the potion that you have taken some out of before it'll use the other potions. This one I'm slightly worried about. Go ahead and kill you. Oh, nope, there's the big guy. Big guy angry. Ouch. We want your little friends first. If I can actually hit them. There we go. Jesus Christ. Would have been nice to hit him before we lost half our life to Big Dude. Come on. There you go. Heartstopper. That is a bow. I think we have, yeah, friends here. We will just take her with because she's free to bring with. Hi, friend.
You were either a hero or the most spectacular fool I've ever had the good fortune to meet. Whoever you are, accept my thanks. I am the scribe Eulora. Another day forced to translate tune markers for the Krug, and I'd have gone as mad as old Prince Edvard. These thick-headed brutes barely understand fire. How can they have now mastered necromancy? This does not bode well, but I doubt we'll learn more here. I think there's an exit just to the east of here. Shall we travel together?
Why, yes, we shall.
My thanks. I did not cherish the thought of finding my way alone. Let's make haste.
Okay, so now she can pick up stuff and we can actually, you know, give her crap. You are going to take Atma's leathers, you're going to take the better longbow, you're going to take the spell book to stick it in your stash, and you are going to take some healing potions and all the mana potions. I don't care about mana, but you might. Oh, and we also have to read her book, which we will do in uno momento. Let's go ahead and give her a handful of health potions just in case she needs it. You will carry our extra junk. We will take the helmet, take the staff, take the dented mace. I think we're good to continue, go back and grab a few things. She doesn't have the dex to use the Heartstopper, unfortunately. That's just the sad nature that she is just not that strong. Carrying with them the written testaments of a dozen generations of faithful, Azunai's followers first appeared in the Agalian Peaks over 2 centuries before the founding of the Empire of Stars. Shrines to the Eternal Passion began to dot legendary routes as early as 7th century, offering free food and lodging to weary travelers willing to hear sermons on the deeds of Azunai. Within 100 years of the introduction, over 60 villages in the Empire supported thriving communities of devout Azunite worshippers. The simple Azunite doctrine of worldly rewards for hard labor was far easier... Shut up, please. Was far easier to... Where did I actually see that? Yeah, understand than the abstract, often unrewarding worship of the distant stellar emperor's followers had only to profess a belief in the strength of the defender and pass formally beneath his sacred shield, and they were accepted as a member of his clan. It is believed that rare offspring of devout Azunite worshippers were marked with fire in secret ceremonies. These children have been known to receive mortal wounds only to be resurrected by simple passage beneath the sacred shield. I was trying to read it while running through stuff. I wasn't doing too good at it. So you go over there. Let's go ahead and switch over to you so we can actually equip stuff. 16 defense or 10 defense and 5. You definitely take that. You do not take the crooked staff. Take that instead. Can't use the hack. Can't use the polar staff. Can't use that. Get rid of that. Spellbook can go there to save some room. You can use transmute though. So that will go there, and zap. Do I make her into a mage? That's a tough decision. But Cast that, please. Why can I not just cast that on it? I know I can cast it on this. Yeah, I can't cast it on the history thing. So you can't cast it on books. You can cast it on this kind of stuff. I mean, it's fine. That just lets us clean up after our little background stuff. And then we will be out of this lovely dungeon. We did get lucky with the transmute. That is true. Pretty much the only thing we got lucky with. And it does give significantly less than if you were to sell it. But let's go ahead and set it so that this is one. This actually, what do her stats look like? Dexterity is high. I think we keep her on Archer, but we have the option of the Archer in town. So we could go with the Archer in town and have her be a caster. So maybe this should be one. And then this be 4. Just organizing our spells. And I will have her be on point, just grabbing stuff. We'll fill up, and then we'll just cast the spell on the rest of the junk to get rid of it. And then we're out of here, and straight to Stonebridge. Not in record time, but in better time than we were. Okay, so it's this way. Yeah, you can see these things are not worth a ton of money. And I hate that those are so low damage. It makes it kind of like you just ignore the whole challenge there. Which is kind of sad. Because that could have been way more of an interesting section, dodging the fireballs. Would have given it a lot more action-y kind of energy. Thought we had stuff back this way. There was stuff here, wasn't there? I thought items were permanent. Yes? Not? Unless I dropped them somewhere else in here and I don't remember where. Well, that sucks. But yeah, if they were there, they weren't showing up on our little alts. Interesting. Wait. Okay, so that goes down. Go ahead and disable follow. Is this a puzzle that we need 2 people for? Then we have you. Or is it just all these buttons lead to Rome? Because now both the switches are facing the same direction. Nope, it doesn't do anything. That's a shame. I thought I had found something interesting. I had not. Got follow mode on, so let's go ahead and hit that switch. Follow me now! As we take unnecessary damage. Don't worry, there's passive health regen, which makes this about 1,000,000 times less difficult. Is the book still over here? It is. I mean, we might as well take it with us. Nope. I meant to put it on you, not on the ground. I mean, it's 1 gold. It's not like we're getting a lot of money from farming these things anyway. More mana for you. We will take the cap and put it on ourselves. We're actually doing okay on defense. Maybe I should put a staff on her instead of the melee weapon. We don't have one anyway. Because we transmuted them. I keep feeling like I'm missing secrets or something. And it's going to drive me nuts. There's the other book, History of the Azonites. That goes to you as well. And onward we go. Nothing else to really do in here. We've already gotten all the loot from there. I don't see any torches that we missed. And I always feel compelled to light the torches that are not lit. So you will notice that I will do that in our future dungeon areas. Free potion? Well, free money. Yeah, mana potions I don't ever really feel like the massive need for. Later on we can do some like spam casting, but still not an amazing amount of just punch from it. Unless you are using the very high-end end skills, and by then you're going to have more of the larger mana potions. Which is going to make that a lot easier. I don't remember what is the range on Zap? 8. So the bow is longer range. We at the very least do want to get to the town in this. So there should be enemies back here. You want to be attacking at will. Target weakest. And have it be from engage range, because we don't want you moving off away from our tank. Okay, so there's the black scrubs. They're going to start coming out and being actually dangerous. I kind of wish we would have gotten a heal early as well, so I could have put it on that 4th slot. So we could just have transmute as a sometimes spell. And it is worth noting, if you are going to level up your skills, you do want to consider what you're doing early on. Because unfortunately, it is very hard to swap in the end game. I think that's everything there. Because things, once you get to a certain point, you're having to get tons more XP to even get just like one basic level up. So you generally want things that are synergized. So if you're doing melee, you can do a little bit of archery, but you probably don't want to do a lot of magic unless you have something very specific in mind, like Charge Fist. And if you're doing casting, you can do the other type of casting and get plenty of intelligence for extra mana. Let's go ahead and just finish this guy off. He is very angry at her. But if you go, say, archery and magic, unless you have a very specific spell in mind, it's not going to be beneficial to you. Nothing back there, just a burned down house. Awesome. But yeah, I find this kind of game relaxing, especially once you've figured out like some of the tricks and stuff like that, or some of the cheese. Which we have not. I don't remember the cheese. I do remember it being easier than it was last time. But that could just be my old memory trying to remember something that did not happen. Short recurve. Go ahead and toss that onto you. Oh, we can't toss it onto you. Can grab that. It's not going to be usable by us. And yeah, we do just want her loosely following us. We don't want her being, like, the main. Bit of attention here. So there's another camp. This tower... I think we get the mage stuff up top. Fire poker is worthless. Meat is worthless. Chuck we should probably take with us. Gather. Thank you. We have Caster over here and just a couple dudes. So yeah, I'm not too afraid of what we've got to deal with. I don't know if we can do that with scrolls. But they take up so little space that I'm not really that bothered by it either way. Are we? Yeah, we are literally one-shotting dogs. Nice. The Krug dogs used to be actually kind of scary to us. Taking several hits to take out. Now we just don't even care. Why are you not casting spells? Oh, because we don't have you on an offensive spell. That would be why. That would explain everything. I do need to take out the stuff out here. And I think the warrior guy that we get the option to get is free. I will check that whenever we get there. I think his cost is literally just come with us. No, I don't want you to defend. I need to make sure that's put away so we don't end up with the issue of me accidentally clicking it, which is going to happen a lot in this. I'm trying to think what other games I was playing whenever this came out. I was still playing Diablo, that's for sure. And Diablo 2. Because I played those for ages. Burlap is useless to us. Just trying to think what else I was playing at this time. I think Black and White was still on my general rotation as well. Which is a game that I don't think I'll cover. He has Resurrect. You jerk. I am sad that he does not drop a book. Okay, so you have a weathered staff, you have a cloth, and you have a dexterity cloth. I don't think we got that last time. Crested Gladius might be better than what we have. 8 to 15 versus 14 to 17. No. It is better than what she has. So we can put it on her and actually have a slightly better weapon. Now, everyone just walks back down the tower. I do love that I can click just outside the tower and it'll navigate its own way down there. The pathfinding is far from perfect, but it is good enough. Are you following me? Nope, you broke. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, we should probably convert most of the stuff into... Come on. Yeah, we should probably convert most of the stuff into money. As we are just stumbling across it. Even if it's just 1 gold. Better than nothing. The early days of 3D navigation. I would like to see how we kind of vary our little approaches whenever it comes to future 3D as well. And yeah, I did restart. Mainly because 3 hours of just intermittent flickers is too much. And they weren't even like super noticeable unless you were looking for them, is the real annoying thing. So if I didn't notice it on my second monitor, so I guarantee you no one else would if I was being my usual second monitor content on here. Which, yes, Twitch is second monitor content, sometimes even third monitor content. It is never first monitor content. 10 to 13, 8 to 15. I think we keep her on 8 to 15. And we just keep going for melee. I'm not going for spells on our main character this time, though. I love that we heal whenever we level up our weapon, though. That just saved us from having to use a potion. And maybe one day, in the near future, she'll get heals. Doubtful, but we can hope, we can dream, we can wish. And today might be a shorter stream than yesterday as well, so I am kind of like rushing through some stuff. I forget what axe we were. I think we're just using a hack. Yeah, we're just using a hack. Not a hack of the game, a hack called an axe. Which does let us one-shot dogs. Because I think our minimum is, yeah, 22 damage. We do decent damage. By the way, how's it going, Gablin? Looks like I will be joining you in the realm of D&D. I don't know what class I'm going to be playing yet, but basically have two options so far, but we'll see how those turn out. Not going to spoil it for you whenever I eventually show up and cause you nightmares in 2 games. Your neck is a heck of a lot better. I take it you stopped whipping your hair back and forth to give it a moment to rest. Well, from what I understand about how you guys started, most of your characters actually already knew each other. So having a stranger in the group should throw a lot of things off. Like, you guys have a shared history, basically. Oh, that was an expensive bow. Oops. It's still money. It's money under the bridge. Need to keep that. You actually have space in your inventory? You do. You do! You actually do have space. There. Take that. Chucks can go away, or a chuck can. Okay. Your issue that you brought up with a friend is that 3 of the 4 characters are very passive and not leaders, and the 4th player isn't always here. Ah. Yeah. I think I will probably be a bit of an instigator. I don't know if I'll be a leader. We'll just have to see how it turns out. But I have a couple concepts that I'm passing by and seeing which one would work best for them. Ah, my wrist is killing me. But yeah, not having a leader can actually really be a problem with a D&D group. Because you end up in a situation where you're all just kind of like spinning your wheels. Hey, we got an improved buckler. We can put our buckler on her. Although it's not going to really do much. Do we not have room? I should have room. There we go. We have room. That is range damage reduced by 5. I think I will put that on you since you're tanking. And you will get that on the ground for just a moment. You can actually equip a shield. Ta-da! We now have slightly improved stuff. Yeah, we have a lot of books to choose from. I told them I'm probably going to lean towards vanilla, but I think my race is going to be a relatively vanilla race, regardless of which one we end up going with. Vanilla as in, you can find information about it online relatively easily without having to go to homebrew stuff. But other stuff might be slightly different. That's mostly because I want to play something I'm semi-familiar with. And I figure if I'm going to be experimenting a bit with the class side of things, experimenting a ton with race would throw me off. It's one reason why in your campaign, after Sid got kidnapped, after Albert, that is, I went with a Warforged barbarian, because I'm fairly familiar with Warforged. I'm not super familiar with barbarian. Ah! Bloody little screechy bastards. Okay, so that gives us a little bit more XP. So what is your character like in the game? Because I know most of you are playing kind of like intelligence-oriented characters. I was resisting the urge to do so myself with one of the homebrew rules. Because that ability to get extra languages and extra proficiencies is hard to resist. Olok is a weirdo. If I remember correctly, Olok is the only like non like super int focused character, if I remember correctly, aren't they? I mean, I know you're probably still int focused, just not as much. Go, you now have a leather cap as well. I wish I could change the names of the other characters in this. I would totally open up the name your character point dump. He's a short-spoken Cyclopean. He's a fighter using Living Crucible subclass. Ah. Why do you have revival, you jerk? I'm taking it Cyclopean is what it sounds like. A one-eyed character. One could say he lacks depth perception. Yeah, some of the stuff that is accessible in that homebrew stuff is a broken, if I'm reading it correctly. He's a dex-based fighter who uses potions to increase his abilities in combats that are also poison. Oh, they're debuffs and buffs at the same time. Okay. Kind of situations. Cyclopeans are basically Nothics.
Our beleaguered hero entered the battle-worn gates of Stonebridge. Who could know then that the arrival of one humble farmer from the fields would change the very course of the kingdom?
Okay. Wow, we are identical. What the crap? I didn't even realize I had done that. Like, we look very similar. There is a reason why.
If you've come looking for help, you'll not get much here. What the Krug couldn't carry off in a wagon, they smashed up or burned. They even put Gravemaker, my blessed old catapult, to the torch, even though that beauty hasn't thrown a stone since I was a pup. It don't take a wizard to smell the goblins behind this Krug raid, but the Overseer of Glacier needs to be told what happened here nonetheless. If you're up for the task, can I come along? Aye, I knew you'd be the right sort for this trek. Well met, friend.
I don't know why you wouldn't accept him. He's free. Don't think he has 12 strength. Nope, he doesn't. So we just give him the best weapon we can possibly afford, which is going to be the one she has equipped. So, dented mace. No, we'll actually give him a sword, shield. She gets the backup shield and the mace. So there. Now we actually have a decent amount of stuff going on there. I so need to organize my inventory and sell stuff, but it's going to have to happen in a little bit. Your armor is absolute garbage right now. Those are both intelligence-based armors. I actually don't know what Nothics are. If I apologize for that, but it is just not ringing a bell. Doesn't ring my bell, ring my bell. All that stuff gets to just get stuck away. Keep the dagger, throw that on you guys to be sold. We need to buy healing potions for sure. But right now we're at 1457. Let's go sell some crap. I'm not going to go through all the different side dialogues here. It would be nice to, but that is a lot to go through. And I don't find as much entertainment in it.
Welcome to the Black Hammer Forge. The Krug stole most of our wares, but you won't get a better deal on what we got left. What can I show you today?
He gets to talk because I find him entertaining. Both vocal-wise. Okay, leather boots of hardiness is an extra strength for 555. That does give us enough to equip one of these shields. And better armor. Or we could use it to bring him up to 12 to use a hack. I think bringing him up to a hack is probably the better use of it. But Weathered Staff can go down here for now. Chuck can go away. Short Recurve can go away. Mana Potions can pretty much all go away for now. We'll keep the large ones just in case. Books go away. Hammer goes away. Fire shots definitely go away. I think we get rid of the polar staff because I think the weathered staff is just better because it has a chance to block. Heartstopper. The piercing hit is nice. The damage is nice. But it takes 13 dex, and we don't have that on anybody. Not even the archer that we get. Get rid of one weathered staff. I think out of these, we stick with the dexterity one because it's better. Has same defense, so yeah, we get with that one. That's going to go on mage. That's going to go on him. So mage, him, mage. archer. We can sell one of those because we're not going to get a chance to use it anytime soon. We'll get better stuff by the time it comes around anyway. Armor-wise, that is probably the most tempting thing there. That, and we can get a better dome cap off of it. Shield-wise, nothing too amazing in here. What is that one required? 14 strength for a 2010. Swing axe requires 13 strength. That could be, we could go two-handed weapon, but it's slow. Almost all the two-handed weapons are ungodly slow in this. So 15 to 19 versus 14 to 17. Just seeing what else we have as far as weapon options. It doesn't look like there's anything too great. As far as spells go into our inventory and pull those out. Charged Fist, I think we want to keep one of. So we're going to have an empty spellbook on you. We don't have a spellbook on you. Betting out from Caster's Hand. That can be sold. Rage can be sold. Fire Shot can be sold as well because we've got a spare. Charged Fist can be sold because we've got a spare. Magic Armor is semi-useful, but it's not going to add enough yet to be that useful, so we'll just keep it for a buff later on. Leech Life is solid. Flash is solid. Spark is... It's decent damage, and it's longer range, but I think Zap will just work better for us for just the cheap spell, and then we'll use Flash for our AoE. So those can get sold. Mana Potions go on Ally. Metal Buckler stays on you, so yeah, I think we're going to be selling stuff and just getting characters. If I had to take a wild guess at how we're going to be doing this section. And sadly, I cannot Alt-Tab without showing my entire desktop. Otherwise, I totally would. So you, I think, are 1,050.
The god's fire is in you.
So let's sell these. 35 is good. So I want to get the mage first, archer second. And then we'll see what we have as far as money goes after that. I think I want to avoid getting mules. I just don't want to get used to having them in my party.
We've not much to offer after the Krug raid. Who knows what them filthy creatures thought they'd find in poor old Eaton's Roost. Thankfully, they're gone now. Go if you must, but remember, Eaton's Roost is always open, rain or shine.
I want to double check that there's not a character up here for us to recruit. The raid last night was terrible. Barely escaped with my life. When my sister hears about what the Krug did to us here, she'll be furious. Oh, but she'll be worried that I was hurt. She's an archer in the Legion, stationed at Glycerne. If you're going that way, could you tell her I'm all right? I'm sure she'll make it worth your while. Her name is Ada. Hope Ada's not worried about me. Probably not. Probably not worried about you at all. Is that a dead person? I think that's a dead person. That is a dead... Nope, he's not dead. Just hungover.
Hey, watch who you're kicking. I've got a sword and a mind to use it. And I would too if I didn't have this bloody hangover. Ugh. People keep waking me up with some damn nonsense about saving the village. But you look the sort that'll pay for my services. For a clink of gold, you'll have the best sword slinger around. Deal?
Best sword slinger around, you say? He's worse than us. I don't think I want him. And we can't open any of the chests in here. American saying bloody is always amusing to you? Well, bloody hell.
Greetings. I am Zed the Sorcerer, and as of late, Zed the Bard. I arrived, I am told, just in time to miss the biggest thing that's ever happened in this wretched village. If you can use a sorcerer, take me with you. I'd certainly like to see some excitement somewhere in this kingdom. Normally, I charge a fortune for my services, but I'd be willing to take somewhat less just to get out of this putrid place. Is my fee acceptable?
Yes, Zed, we like you. You are a snarky little bastard. But yeah, I'll accept him.
Salvation at last. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into.
Inventory. So you are going to have Healing Hands and Zap. You're going to have Resurrect down there. You're going to be using a crappy staff. No, you're going to be using the staff we saved for you. Why you ran all the way over there to give it to him, I don't know. Oh, you need 13 intelligence for that? That's fine. That can go away. And yes, you can equip whatever armor you want on mages. It's fine. That's going to go on Archer. That's going to go on you. We didn't get good armor, sadly. We'll put 4 healing potions on you. We need a lot more, but we'll put 4 on him for now. So that gives us a start. We have health potions galore on you that are actually decent. I'm sad that you haven't even actually increased your intelligence yet. You've been casting Zap quite a bit. One, 2. And I pick him up. There we go. So we have 2 mages, 2 fighters. Let's go get ourselves a ranger. Target weakest. Just making sure I actually have everybody set on what I want. Attack freely. Weakest enemy. Yeah. Everybody's on what we want. So now it's time to get ourselves an archer. She's gonna be garbage.
Sorry for looking such a mess. I took an arrow in last night's battle, but I'm not really all that injured. Edwana's got me patched up, and I'm ready to get back into the fight again. If someone would just believe in me. If you need a good archer to escort you through the mess beyond Stonebridge, I'd be glad to help. I just need some gold to settle my healing bill. Interested? Naidi the archer is at your...
Now we have Naidi, who probably does not have as good of a bow as even our caster, but we will check. Because yours is 8 to 14. We'll toss that over there to check. She doesn't need a bow. We do have 11 dexterity on her, so 10 to 16 shorter range versus 8 to 14 longer range. We'll go with the longer range. And yes, you do actually still gain XP to like progress towards the other stats, even if you're not using those skills. It's not a huge deal. So that's going to be... Let's go to 1, which is going to be... That is control 1. Go to 2. That is control 2. That is alternating between those 2 abilities for him. We should probably get a heal for her as well. So we toss Transmute down. You don't have a spell book. You do have a spell book. In fact, I think we're going to put Transmute on him as well. Those are spare things. Flash is going to go on him. I think Flash is actually going to be replacing your Zap. And Transmute is just going to sit in your inventory. until you get the nature magic for it. So we need heal for her. Then we can set her to be on this for 2.
How may this servant...
So healing is where? Next. 30? Sure, we'll buy that. Puts us down to 186. So we're not going to be able to buy the gloves, unfortunately. I mean, not gloves, the boots. With +1 strength. We're just not going to have the money for it. And that is a bit too expensive there. So that goes to you. You actually get a healing on your second active slot. So that's going to be 2. So now we can switch between offensive and healing fairly easily. And once she gets some more intelligence, we can switch her over to a staff and shield just to get her better stats. I should probably put the helmet on Mr. Dude there as well. Now that I think about it. Because he does not, I mean, she does not need the helmet in the back lines unless the spiders are attacking her. It's 1 and 2, so we can swap quickly. I'm just trying to check which ones need to go where. And now we can double check that we don't have anything better that we can buy here.
What can I show you today?
Okay. So armor-wise, we don't have the money for that. That's 555, and it's going to be gone by the time we get back here. You have just a normal staff. In fact, I'm going to put that... No, she has a better block on her shield anyway, but... No, we'll go with the staff. Sell that. What can we actually get that's better? So we've got 16 armor, 16 armor. You've got 16 armor. You have slightly lower armor, but it's got plus health. In fact, I can just swap them right now. Yeah, that works a little bit better. Trying to think if there's anything else we want to actually buy here or just hold off and save our money. That is a better shield and it doesn't have any requirements. I think we go with that on you instead of the little shield. Weapon-wise, don't really have much in the way of things that can be better. She's currently got the 8 to 14 longbow. And she doesn't have the stats for the better bows. Short recurve can go away. We did end up with a positive on our transactions here, but not by much. I don't think we want to waste money on just getting like the odds and ends armor. Because yeah, they're only 9 gold, but still. It just doesn't feel right. So I think we do just go with healing potions. If we end up needing them. I'm not sure we're going to need them with the amount of healing we have as far as characters go. Oh, we need to go down this way first. I completely forgot about the beach. The son of a beach. Did we have... Thought we had another quest here as well. Yeah, we have the axe quest that we need to go grab. Then we press 2. And they should heal whenever it comes around to it. Are there enemies over here? There should be. Yearling staffs are probably going to be a bit of money. Come on, camera, please stop fighting me. How much are those worth? Ah, riveted leather is more defense. We'll have riveting leather. Get this, and that gets passed on to him. And yeah, if we start getting low, I just press 2 and we swap over to the other healing skills. So it is just 2 of those little buggers. Yeah, that's not going to be enough for us to buy anything terribly useful, unfortunately. Yearling staves are 13 intelligence to use, but we're not going to be really bothering with that because you shouldn't be melee attacking with a frickin' dude anyway. A mage.
What can I show you to...
Sell that. Sell that. Yearling staves can go away. They're worth actually a decent amount of money, so we're at 380. Still not enough for, I think it's a 5-something for these. 555. Yeah, we aren't going to have enough money for it. That's 24 from that. We'd have to start selling potions. So the axe quest is you. Yeah, he wants us to get the axe from the other tower, which we are glad to do. Man, I missed playing this game. It definitely does not hold up as well as some of the other games we've covered for this series, but it is still pretty solid. Oh, wait, that is a hulking Gramal. Thank you for the bow. I do wonder what this used to be. It looks like a well, but it doesn't look like it would have held much water. We will eventually get better weapons. I just need to not run into the middle of all the enemies and get completely destroyed. Control F1? See if I can, if that works. Yeah, it does. Okay, so I can control F1 to just reselect those pretty quickly. Which is kind of what we need. Come at me, bros. Thought there was a guy just in... Nope, that's just a tree trunk. That's fine. Come on after me. And these are worth 8 gold each, so glad to take them. That was a lot easier than before. Did we accidentally set it on hard before? Or am I just used to this fight? Of course, we are using flash instead of heal right now. So the enemies are going to go down quite a bit quicker. Any more enemies down here? Doesn't look like it. Save. Are we looking on gold? 409. Not great. But yeah, this is the kind of game that I played a lot when I was younger. That is a combat mage over there. We will pick up stuff in uno momento. Because frankly, picking up it in the middle of battle and this is a pain in the butt. Picking up it in the middle of Baldur's Gate 3, not so much. As you have found out, because I will grab things and throw them into your inventory in Baldur's Gate 3, Gablin. I don't know if it... Does it actually make a sound whenever I throw stuff in your inventory in that? But throwing corpses in your inventory is fun. And yeah, having 2 healers is making a big difference here. Okay, so here's another group. Come at me, bros. Imagine if I just, like, loaded up on a bunch of healers and had just one person tanking. We just have constant heals going. Oh, can you not kill me? I'm immortal now. Ha ha. And I don't remember what the multiplayer of this is like, because that was back in my dial-up days. Okay, so there's the side tower that we get the axe from. Let's take out these guys first. I do need to be careful about my mana, but in these encounters, we're not actually running out of mana fast enough for it to be a huge worry, and it restores a lot quicker than life. I'm just going to load up your backpack with illithid corpses. Yeah, you can actually load up a bunch of corpses into a destructible object and just have a corpse bomb that just completely destroys frame rate. Oh, wow. Please stop killing him. I'm glad that we saved. That was... It's just like, sometimes it just goes full-on brutal, and other times it's just like, nah, I'll take it easy on you. It's like we're getting crit hit every now and then. It's just like knocking us down entirely in one hit. Okay, there we go. We got all that. And it is very weird to have healing and mana on such distant buttons from each other, even though they are like next to each other down here. Inventory-wise, throw that on her. Got ourselves quite a few spells just by walking through this area. All those can be sold for a decent chunk of change. Bruh. As far as our potion situation goes, we're actually not that bad off. I think we're at 7 on both of our frontliners. Works out quite well. F2, again, just to be on the safe side. At close to full mana. He's got 80, you've got 30. That's because his... I think his spellcasting is higher. Can you guys track onto me out over here, please, so I don't have to deal with all of you at once? Come here. Just a couple of you at a time. Okay, keep just slowly trickling out. That's fine. Save and then go in. Do you think we still have some more enemies in here? Yeah, we have that downward platform. We have the stuff up top for gold. We're actually not far off of where we were, which is nice. Although we are just past the 2-hour mark, so I'm going to flash the recording. Hopefully, not literally flash it. Okay. Slowly trickling up the tower. We get our pile of gold. Okay, so we have sellable goods. We're going to go downstairs and probably get completely destroyed. Knowing my luck and my abilities. We also need to get everyone onto the elevator all at once, which is in and of itself a challenge. Roll A, please. Everybody on the elevator, please. Please do not follow her off the elevator. Because there's a challenge in this of just getting everybody, whenever you have an entire party, and I think the party size is larger than I'm remembering. But yeah, getting everybody in a party on the elevator at once is just a exercise in frustration. Fire shots from everybody. Good lord. There's that quest. Is the axe any good? It's okay. It's better than what we've got. Not wonderful. It's just slightly more damage. There's our boiled gloves, which we can't equip until we get 15 strength. We read Yamos last time. I will actually read it again in just a minute. After we've finished exploring down here. I'm not looking forward to the spider's den, because our little allies in the back line are going to get the crap beat out of them. For some reason, I keep thinking there's more secret areas than there are. Because I'm looking around like, ooh, is there a secret on the walls? No. Literally just a little pond, well, a little well, down in a basement. Ready on board. Let's go ahead and get you in that formation, I think is the right one. So you all clump up. No. That one. There you go. Yoink. I do understand, like, technically why the elevators are so long in this. It is to provide you with no loading screens kind of situation, but they are just kind of like indirect loading screens. We're going to go back. We're going to sell some things. And then we will come back out here and deal with actually getting into that tower. We're making progress a lot faster than we did yesterday. I would like to actually look up the speed runs for this one of these days and just see how scary fast they are and how few characters they actually bring along. Because I guarantee you, it's not going to be that many characters. They're probably going to pack mule and glitch the hell out of it. Because pack mules can just... Yeah, you wouldn't be able to actually toss items back to pack mules unless there is a glitch that allows that. Because you have to be within a certain distance to get it back. But I imagine there are movement glitches. That guy upside down? Yes, he is. That guy had a very bad day. Holy crap. Ass over tea kettle, as some would say. Okay, come into this guy first.
Welcome to the...
Okay, do you still have... You do not. You have changed what you have. Oh! We've got gold... Well, goldish items. Subtracts 1 from dexterity, adds 1 to strength. So basically, they are good and bad. Interesting.
Thanks
So
for
it's
coming
already
by.
rotated the items.
Come back again soon.
I didn't realize they rotated that fast. I mean, we just got your axe. Do you not want your axe?
Too much fuss and bother this.
Too much fuss about the Krug that just murdered everybody.
What can I show you today?
Okay. Let's see what we can get that's better than what we have. 16 to 20. Honestly, I don't think there's going to be a better weapon for us in here. These can all get sold. That can... I should have read that before selling it. It's not that important. Basically, it's a backstory thing. Okay, so you actually have mana potions. Do you have mana potions? You do not have any potions. So take your mana potions and sit for a little while. It's going to be ages before you can use that, but it's fine. Shield-wise, she's fine with that. You can't actually equip anything good yet because you don't have the strength. Just trying to think. We're close to the strength for this, which would be a massive upgrade. It is 381 gold to get, though. And it's not even magical. It's the thing that kind of pisses me off. Damage reflected to enemy would not be bad. We don't have the money to get the other fighter, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would consider it, but at the same time, do we really need a third fighter? Do we really? We don't. We'll sell some of the excess stuff here. That, and that. Anybody else have junk on them? I don't think they do. No, they don't. So that would give us enough to get the fighter. I don't think we would necessarily want the fighter, though. Because I think our limit is either... I think it might be 8 characters, not 6. Because I remember it being extremely unwieldy whenever we finally got everybody in it. And yes, there is, like, dex stat stuff as well. So you have 11 armor there. Boiled gloves are super heavy strength. We'll wait until we get it, because she's getting close to it anyway. 8 characters? Okay. So I don't have to worry about it as much. I want to see one thing. Because this might be why it changed so quickly.
What can I show you?
Nope, it's the same. It didn't. It's just time-based. That's fine. Do I buy that? No, we'll save our money. Might as well save it for whenever we get to the next place and can actually equip some stuff. I think we just buy potions and run. Maybe get a resurrection for our other mage.
How may this servant of a...
So yeah, you get a resurrection. You get a resurrection. You get a resurrection. You all get a resurrection. It doesn't work that way. Okay, so let's go ahead and buy 4. Actually, we'll go 5. Because you're going to probably get attacked a lot back there. You are going to go with 5 as well, just in case you need it. 3 mana potions should be enough for him, considering we're only using healing. That should be good for her. I'll give him a couple more, just because they're going to be in the front lines and more likely going to need them. And whenever she starts going down, that we both should be fine. Whenever she gets the butchering boiled leather gloves equipped, he'll get her gloves if we don't find some sooner. And there's your resurrect. There's your resurrect. And you just have one for picking up extra stuff. And yes, there is a reason to get, if we come in here,
How may this serve?
you can actually get these with plus health to them. So there is a reason to sometimes consider getting a spellbook for a character that doesn't use spellbooks. But until then, I think we'll stick with these guys. I'm trying to think what stories I told yesterday about my time spent with these games. I really did spend a lot of time doing like map making and stuff like this in it. Oh, I should make Lancer maps in this if I can figure out how to get the map maker working. Make it real confusing, just have like medieval crap sitting in the middle of the field. But you could spawn in like horrifying groups of enemies with that. There were people who used it in multiplayer and just made maps for farming XP. But yeah, there's all kinds of weird stuff you can do. Because then you'd export the character and they'd have like all these massive skills and stuff like that, and they'd just trounce the game. So we've done first tower, now we've got the crap tower. Because we already did this side of the bridge. Got the person to talk to down at the bottom, the minstrel. Because they were afraid to come across because it's scary and things are going to kill them down there. Hi, friend. And I think later on, this, I think we actually get a way through. And we got super freaky. But yeah, I think we eventually do get a way to open this from the other side. There it is. Speaking of which, you guys kind of move over here. Can you cast it from here? I have a feeling that would be part of a speedrun technique. Somehow figure out a way to cast something close enough to this to actually get it. Hit that. But I don't think we can hit that from this side with that particular spell. But I would not be surprised if there's a way to trick it into thinking you're on the other side. And yeah, having our characters casting offensive magic does seem to level it a lot faster than using defensive. Can you guys heal? Thank you. I don't know what that delay was about. But yes, the best, most effective healing is killing off the enemies that are doing damage to begin with. Because if they can't hit you, you don't have to worry about recovering the life from their damage. Thankfully, these are fairly spread out. Otherwise, this would be just murder. Okay, so you have a little bit of dialogue for us. Oh, how wonderful to see another human again. My troop tried to flee from those Krug when they overran Glitterdelve. Yeah, and you're the only one left here. And you and your little vest. Oh. I need to write a note about that. Gablin, can you do me a favor real quick? Can you send me a message just anywhere on Discord? Doesn't matter where. Remember the little vest. We'll see if I actually do that or not. You just see me with a little vest and a fez. Okay, so you got a shield upgrade. Nope, you can't actually use that yet, so we'll stick with this for now. Once he gets up to 13, I'll probably give this to her and give him the range damage reduction. So I have to say, he is not growing very quickly. And it's kind of off-putting how different their growth rates are. Okay, down into the spider's cavern. You guys actually gonna come after me? Turn on the lights, or the spiders will come and get you. I thought there were little spiders that came down back there. I think I might be misremembering. I hear them. But that might also just be ambient spider noises. Why spiders always make that noise, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Many thanks, Gablin. Many thanks. Yeah, I don't know why they always make spiders make the little creepy crickety noise. Kind of shuffling noise. Almost like their skeleton bones grinding on them. It doesn't make a lot of sense because spiders don't make noises when they kind of crawl around. Spider crawling on you does not squeak or chitter or anything like that. Okay, so we have a boss mob in here. Let's go and turn on the light. Ooh, we got some leather boots. I don't think that's actually helpful for anybody. I think we already all had leather boots. Leather gloves will be handy for our other tank guy. So yeah, that's Yorn. I should probably change her to be as aggressive as him. Move freely. There we go. Just for the sake of making sure that he's not alone somewhere. Those who don't know what a noise a spider that big with a solid exoskeleton would make, I guess on some levels. I mean, you could probably hear, like, the footfalls, which would be more of like a high heel kind of noise. And spiders just sound like high heels walking down a hallway. Wow. Keep healing. And someone just got Dex. I think that puts her up to 12? Not what I wanted, but yeah, we'll go with it. Okay, so F1, grab all the stuff. So leather gloves can go to him. We've got to deal with these zombies real quick. I do like that I can let them just fight while I'm doing other stuff. I don't have to be stressed about it. Yes, just imagine just click, 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 click of just high heels tapping on tile. And that's how I envision spoiders sounding. Okay, so she's going to be carrying all the junk we want to sell. That. Revive can go into our book. Freak can go into our book. Leather gloves on you. Everyone else has leather boots already, so that can just go onto the sell character. Weathered staff can go on her. Gladius. 12 to 22 versus 16 to 20. Yeah, if that changes our damage very much. It's lower min, but slightly higher max. I think we leave it on him for when he hits 13. Because he'll hit 12, get hack, and then 13, get Gladius. Don't think anybody else has junk on them? Yeah, they don't. Okay, this will open both the doors. And we do sometimes get names for the characters on the ground. Not always, though. You are coming around this way. Come on down, get murdered. Easy cheesy, lemon squeezy. We do have a... We have a second... Yeah, we do have a door that way as well. I just need to be careful not to expose our back end too much. And yes, I am intentionally switching them over to healing just for dealing with this crowd. Enemies are going to come after them whenever they're over there. We will give them equipment in just a moment. Okay, let's go this way first. Clean up the bedroom. Doesn't look like there's... I do like that all the things you can smash are always going to be in the same location. That will make, if we do a replay of this, make it a lot easier. Thin cap. She doesn't actually have a helmet yet, so onto her it goes. It doesn't look like very thin of a cap. That looks like a mushroom cap, but still. Junk. You. And yeah, we'll just toss extra stuff onto them. That can be sold. That can be sold. I think she's almost full by now, probably. Let's see. That should be fine. Now all we have to do is start doing the horrible part that we were struggling with last time. Although we've gotten there in less than 3 hours, as opposed to, what, 5.5 last time? Although I haven't been as chatty on this one. I apologize for that. It's just I am a bit tired and I still have a lot of things to think about doing. So we need you guys on that, just so you can get rid of the nonsense. Stop stabbing my casters in the booty. You You guys are going to be very... Yeah. I have plans for today in Lancer, by the way. I have plans, Gablin. Be afraid. I have plans. Although I can do Saturdays on that as well. Check the mod page for battle... Oh, for Baldur's Gate 3. Nothing interesting as of yet today other than restoring Wheel's starting armor. You're always afraid. Don't be afraid. What's funny is you don't have the most traumatic story that I had planned. I wonder if anyone's going to see the trauma that I had planned in the long run. Although, I guess from some perspectives, it could be the most traumatic for your character. Now that I think about it, it's more traumatic for somebody else, though. Trauma is your best friend. You guys are just gonna drink potions while they're zapping things. He's just taking all the damage. Nobody else is actually bothering to kill anything. He's just sitting there taking damage. And yeah, they are focusing on the weakest characters. So that's one of the reasons why they're not just killing the thing that's on them. Because they view the spitters as weaker than the melee characters. We are just aggroing everything. I'm just going to keep pressing H until hell freezes over. I do like that we just stand in the middle of the fray and just whip out the bottle and start chugging it. Alcohol. It's not actually a healing potion, it's just vodka. Okay, there we go. And whenever I played this as a kid, or as a teenager, or even as a young adult, I was super, like, Too Good to Use Club with all the healing items. Let's back up over here. Inventory. Leather gloves can go on to the next person on the list, which is you. Control A. And yeah, we drank through quite a few potions there. That, we had extra rows. So I think we need to balance the load over to that guy. We're good to continue on. And yeah, the skittering just keeps me thinking that I missed a group of enemies or something. That goes to you and you. And yes, I prefer the reduced range damage on our main character. I would rather have it on the guy that has significantly less life than her. But I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. We are almost at that big room, aren't we? I think it's like 2 more little zones away. Goran went to level 3 on melee. That means no more life, but he does actually have a free heal there. You get heals from leveling up in your skills. You get better stats from leveling up in, well, your stats. Okay, get together, you guys, so you can actually defend each other. from the entire swarm of tiny little yellow spiders. And how many of those little yellow spiders were spawned there, by the way? Someone wants to go through and count those. Put them in a YouTube comment. We can poke fun of you a little bit. And I might be lurking in on some of your D&D games. I'm probably going to remain mic silent on them if I get to choose. But we'll see if I actually end up chatting on them or not. I think it'd be less disruptive if I just kind of lurked and listened. Okay, so F2. Yeah, we have this. We have 2 more gates till we're into the big room. Because we got this awful hallway. Which I think spawns a bunch of stuff behind us. Let's go ahead and swap over to heals, please. Why is he not swapping over to heals? There you go. Heal, please. Thank you. We may actually get our first use of Resurrected in just a minute. I don't know why it said he was switching to Crested Gladius. That's what he had equipped already, wasn't it? Please run over here and stop going after, like, the things all the way across the map, my dude. And I think we just ran out of healing potions on one of our mages there. Fuck you, game. God damn it. That is so stupid. I can't really win because it's like, oh, do I want them to move freely where they actually go and attack stuff? Or do I want them to not move freely where they'll just stand there and look at it like it's just some kind of weird wonder in the world? Grab that. Okay, here come all the spiders. Let's go ahead and get the hell out of Dodge. Everybody this way. Come on, everybody down here. Run away. They've spawned. You're fine. There we go. That does so much damage. I really don't know why he's going down so quickly to that. Yeah, you guys just sit and heal for a little bit. You'll get some XP from it. Why they stopped casting, I don't know. And I think those actually have varying... Yeah, it's varying mana cost depending on how much it heals. There's the first little bit of that done. Really wish they wouldn't have fallen for it, but that's fine. Yeah, even more of those spiders are coming in. That sucks. Oh, we got Iron Fist again. Laura finally advanced to level 2. So she can use more spells. Let's go ahead and switch over to healing potions. Think we're good. I really don't know why they were doing so much more damage just then. Sure, they'll want me to introduce myself, but beyond that, think it'll be your discretion. I'll most of it, I feel like it'd be better if I lurk for most of it, simply because I'm not involved in that part of the story. I just get to watch to see how you guys handle death and destruction. No, I'm kidding. I don't actually know what he has in store for you. Has he made you suffer as much as me? Or will I forever be your trauma? Okay, so we got archers over here. What is hitting our mages back here? Oh, did they really spawn in behind us? Yes, they did, because fuck me. Just different vibe. Okay, so I'm just going to select everybody. I'm going to walk up here. And then walk back. I really don't know where they spawn from, by the way. Someone just increased in intelligence. I think that was you. Yay, you actually have mana now. Okay, so we got a strength up and we got an intelligence up in this. That works out good. Trying to spawn in the other spoiders. Wow, thank you for just deselecting. Come on, go this way. Yeah, I really do wish there was a way to kind of like disable selecting stuff improperly. Why are we on different things? Please don't. Follow me this way, thank you. It's all about the kiting. Kiting the chitin. Because they're exoskeletons. Would you be able to tell if there was a spider skeleton versus just a spider? Trying to think how that would work. Okay, so enemies should spawn behind us. There they are. They like that trick. I don't like that there's no opportunity to like circumvent it and prevent it. That is one thing that a lot of newer games actually do a bit better. Because, like, if you know something's there, you can usually kill it in, like, Dark Souls and stuff like that. So a lot of newer games do tend to do that a little bit more user-friendly. Whereas in this one, they're spawning out of the holes in there. I think this is going to be the large hallway. Yeah, it is. Isn't it? No, it's not yet. We just got extra decks. And everybody targets the weakest one. That's going to allow us to actually... Let's pop that. Towards the plowshares. We read that one last time. I may or may not include it in the YouTube end of things. I'm not as concerned about reading the books this time around. We'll read ones that I haven't read before. Because it's more for just, like, my footage and stuff like that I'm reading them. And if I'm just sitting there reading the footage, I can edit out the poor little glitches and flashes and stuff. Because that won't cut the audio. The audio is separate. Grab this. But once we get into that room, I'm probably going to call it a stream, even though it's a relatively short one. Just because it has been a... Yeah, we are in that room now. So let's handle these skeletons. Why is she not staying on her... Oh, because she's healing. Oh, we're not in the big room. Oh, god damn it. I hate it when they die because I hate having to pick up all their garbage. That is like the main thing I really don't like about it is I really don't want to pick up all the nonsense. Okay, so Zed is advanced in nature magic. God, you guys are just getting waylaid. Can you guys actually help just a little bit? And you can't actually even heal any faster than I am pressing it. I am like spamming the heal button. There's nothing I can do about it. I suppose I could play this like real time with pause instead of trying to just spam button presses, but same time, I think we'll be fine. You guys are not out of combat. I don't know why you're defaulting to the I don't chug potions mode. And he is at 107 life, which is actually really good for him. Can you guys go kill those, please? Thank you. Yeah, and it's either let them run across the entire field or they just end up just not paying attention to enemies that are literally shooting them in the face. It is mildly frustrating. Because the AI is not granular enough to actually make it good enough. That's one thing I'm going to like whenever I finally get to doing Final Fantasy XII. I love the gambit system in that. Really, if you are designing any kind of real-time combat and want AI, play Final Fantasy XII. That is how it should be done. Because it gives you just enough granularity that it's powerful and useful, without giving you so much that it's overwhelming. Oh, we want to be in that. I really thought the other thing was closer. I am already not remembering the layout of the floors. That tells you how good my old man memory is. Greatest mind ever. Forgets what they did yesterday. Take out the fireball guy, and then we take out the little rando skeletons. And yes, you can actually pause and just micromanage it if you want to. It's just not high on my priority list. Wow, how many more rooms are there? So we're going to let them heal for a little bit on this. Actually, no, we'll swap over to the direct damage. Let them do their work on the annoying guys that are over there on the right for a little bit. Yeah, we need to figure out a way to get more max mana. But as far as like needing to do mana potions, usually the battles are going to be short enough that it's not a big issue. That feels like it should be a doorway there or something, but it's not. It's just, we were just through that room over there. Oh, I remember we have to do the little stupid tunnels before we actually get to that. I think we'll get up to the tunnels and then call it. Pain Gladius. The hell is a Pain Gladius? Actually, this is a perfect place to cut it because we have the elevator there. But I want to see what the hell this is. You have room. Stop being a dingus. That can go away. That can go to you. You can actually equip that. Oh, and you do have the strength for... You got up to 15 that quickly. Good God. That can go to you. That is just rough cloth. That's not even that good. Regular Gladius. Yeah, you can equip the better thing. Let's pick up the Pain Gladius. That is 9 armor, 9 health, 19 mana, plus 1 to melee skills. Okay, so it's just good. So yeah, we'll take that. That's just way more damage. And way better stats. He can't equip that yet, but he can equip a hack, which is slightly better than what he had. And I think after this dungeon, we actually get access to the town again. That's another good thing that'll happen for us. And we'll throw some more healing potions on. But I think we are actually good to pass down stuff. And not have to worry about anything. So yeah. We're stronger than we were last time. So, keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath. Sorry for the short stream. But we got about as far as we got last time in about half the time. So, I will see you guys next time.